What's going on, everybody? I'm back again with another video, and I'm at one of my favorite neighborhoods out in the metro port of Manila, which is Makati. And I gotta tell you, I could come here many times in the neighborhood, never stops to amaze me. But I'm out here on the Sundays, so just going with the flow to see what is going on over here. I'm at Ayala Avenue, but now I'm gonna make it towards Makati Avenue and start walking my way towards the Poblacion area. It's pretty different in the daytime than in the nighttime, but I want to see what are the vibes over there. There's another area that I've never been, which is near Century City, and they got like a mall and some massive high-rise condos. But like I say, it's Sunday, so I don't think there's going to be much movement going on over here, but the weather's a little bit more stable. It's supposed to rain later, but you know, it's not brutally hot, so I'm going to take advantage of that and explore around here and see what are the vibes. So without further ado, join me. This is what you get, the famous Ayala Avenue, surrounded by a lot of malls around that connects you from one building to another one. So I'm gonna get to the other side of the street, but I gotta take the underpassage underneath. Not sure if you can see clear, but they have, you know, the Filipino flag, because in a few days, June 12th, it's a Filipino Independence Day, so don't be surprised if you walk in many neighborhoods and you're gonna see the flags surrounded right there. So right here is an empty lot. Seems like they're gonna pop up another skyscraper, maybe. Not walking underneath the underpassage, you can see how beautiful it is with the graffiti, well, with the street art. And you know I'm a fan of street art. Then you take the escalator, and then I should be on the other side of Ayala, heading towards Makati Avenue, where they got the famous Ayala Park, which is a local park out here in Makati that's really cool. And once you exit the overpassage, you are in the main street, and then a high-end hotel, which is Grand Peninsula in Manila, is right out here. So over here you can see the street, but because it's a Sunday, I guess it's not expected to see people unless you go in the mall or something. So it's kind of giving me a little semi-vibe of Singapore, you know, like nicely developed, but without the crowds. The difference is in Singapore, even in a weekend or no matter what the day it is, despite it being beautiful and developed cities, there's not really much action. But here you come in many neighborhoods in Metro Manila, here goes the financial district, but if you go like to the older part of Manila or Cubao or other areas or BGC, you're gonna see it packed no matter what day of the week it is. So, and even if the weather's brutally hot, there's still people out here in action. But yeah, so far, like I said, I'm always in love with this neighborhood. You know, the trees that they got here all over, and then how well paved the sidewalks are. Then ahead of me is to be Peninsula Hotel. I'm gonna make a right towards Makati Avenue, and there's a car rental facility that I've rent car there, you know, once, and it was really good. So renting a car there, like if you need to drive around other parts of the Philippines, because it could be a little hard to take public transport, and maybe renting a car, as long as you have a valid license, it could be a good alternative for you. So you see the bustling Ayala Avenue and Peninsula Hotel right here. It's really nice. And then this is Makati Avenue right here. And Ayala Triangle Park is right there, so maybe later I'll check out the park to see what is going on. And this other street's pretty nicely well paved with a lot of skyscrapers out here. So, oh, I like that bike. That's a really nice looking bike. Now ahead of me is gonna get nicer. And one thing, I've been to Poblacion, but I never walked from this part to Poblacion, which is also a neighborhood that is part of Makati. And Makati is not just all like this skyscrapers. They have a lot of local barangays there. Like the first time I ever came towards the Philippines, I stayed near a barangay in a hotel a little bit outside this area by Camagong Road. And then it's like a different vibe over here, and they even have a cash and carry. I think it's in the other corner, but it looks very different from this section over here. But it proves you how big Makati is. You see the beautiful sidewalks out here. I'm in love with it, the trees and everything, how they maintain, you know, the trees. That's like a square shape in the bottom. This is Escolta. Then in the corner is a car rental facility. It's two, it's Hertz, and I forgot, I think it starts with a T. So when I was going to Tagaytay, I rent my car right here. Very good customer service. And in a few days, I gotta come back and rent a car down here. So it's gonna be interesting. I'm gonna have a car for a few days and figure what other areas of the Luzon area I gotta explore. You know, there's a lot to see out here in the Philippines, so you can't really see it all within a week. You know, you gotta figure what is your plan, your agenda to come out here. You trace it and then, you know, start exploring around. This is the facility Hertz and Thrifty. So, you know, you can book it online. or go here and find out, and you'll see what type of car rental they have for you. So, I love the buildings, how they look. This is the Olympia right here. Not sure if it's like a hotel, but the many times I've been, I don't think I've walked past this area, past the intersection over there. So I'm gonna try to do that. I'm not sure if you can cross underground or you gotta go under the street, but we'll find that out. So literally I will be passing Buendia Avenue and Calayan Avenue, which I walk there in the nighttime. I'm gonna see how the bars are right now in the daytime. Must be pretty interesting. Look at this building, it says Room Bar. I think it's like a Cuban restaurant, I could be wrong. But I think it has some pretty nice, interesting nightlife. And then you see how well paved the sidewalks are. Here I gotta figure how do I cross towards the other direction. Good thing it's Sunday, so it's not really intense like it'll be like in a weekday. But I mean, like I say, Metro Manila is a massive urban area out in the Philippines, so there's so many neighborhoods for you to explore, and it could take you a while to get from one side to another one. Even more when there's like a heavy traffic jam. I'm not gonna lie, some parts over here is kind of reminding me of Long Island City in Queens, New York. Like the way how the modern skyscrapers are. You know, this is Paseo de Rojas, it goes all the way towards the other side of Ayala Triangle. Then the pedestrian area is over here, and it would take me towards the other side near Poblacion. And the map, it looks like it's right there, but it's actually farther in real life. So I know for a fact I'm gonna end up bathing sweat right here. So and the pedestrian is in my favor. So we cross the street, 24 seconds. We got like a statue right here. Oh, where do I go? Oh, around here. Also, the buildings, so that forced me to walk in the corner of the street. This is another area. I mostly focus like on the Ayala Makati Avenue side, but this is another area that I haven't passed, and I noticed a skyscraper over here. Holy shoot, I gotta walk by. Oh, they got a pedestrian area, I think. Pedestrian access. The Anang Naktaw. Horrible Tagalog that I have, but good thing they have the pedestrian access here for me to walk. Then you see all the skyscrapers, and it looks really cool with the palm trees, you know. It's kind of like a semi-Baba Kuala Lumpur over here with the modernism of the skyscrapers. But they keep on renovating and paving the streets pretty good out here, so. But then once we make it to Poblacion, which is part of Makati, it's gonna be like a little different vibe. In the nighttime, it's more action, you know. I think also a lot of people, they call it like the red light district of the Philippines or Manila, you know. Until they renovated the sidewalk, look how massive and wide it is. And the sun is starting to come out. When the sun comes out, that means, you know, it gets a little bit hotter. That's okay, you know I've been doing this for the past 3 months, filming in the hot weather in every country, except for Armenia. Armenia had a little bit of a chill, nice breeze. But in Singapore, Thailand, and Malaysia, woo, that heat was in another level. So there are some new condos. I'm not gonna even tell you what's the name of that tower. Controversy, but it's actually a condo in one of the, I don't know if I'm correct, it's probably one of the tallest buildings out here in the Philippines. And it's a shame that it has that name though. But you probably can visualize it from right here. If anybody who's from the Philippines, they already know what building I'm talking about. But like I said, I never walked towards that area. Underneath, I think there's a mall, Century City Mall. So it's kind of like a semi-mini financial district. Also, I filmed a video like 3 months ago in the evening, which is called Rockwell, which is out here in Makati on the other side. And it's also like a little mini financial district out, you know, with a lot of residential buildings and a nice looking mall. So, you know, here's where the vibes change. As you can see, oh, I almost tripped. You can see how the architecture changes over here. But you'll see this like literally all over the metro part of Manila. It kind of resembles also some parts of Ortigas, which is also another cool financial district out here in the metro Manila that I think is underrated, and a lot of people, they should check it out. Here you see some of the buildings. This will take you straight to Poblacion. Like I say, that's a beautiful nightlife. The lights here, they become eclectic, and in the weekend it's actually busy. You know, it's like the party area out here in Manila. I tell you, I never walked this side of Makati, so I'm gonna make a left in the next stop. I'm not gonna walk the whole thing, but I'm gonna see what's in front of this tall building. I don't wanna tell you the name of it, but it's mostly a condo. I think one of the tallest buildings out in the metro of Manila, and then they have like a mall underneath that's called Century City. Then over there's the heart of Poblacion, Burgos Street. and it's pretty much famous for the vibrant nightlife. This is called Ayala Avenue, and it goes all the way to Rockwell. So if you come out here, you're gonna be seeing a lot of foreigners out here. They stay here, a lot of them, they live out here, you know, and yeah, no matter what time of the day you come, you'll be seeing them. So I'm not gonna lie, this is kind of giving me semi-vibes of Kuala Lumpur and the city center where I stay. Like some of the buildings, they resemble a little bit, you know, the main district of financial district of Makati is over here, over that way, and then over here it's like, you know, regular neighborhoods with restaurants. All the restaurants are on this side of Makati. So this is actually like my first time walking around this side of Makati, and like I said, they got a massive skyscraper ahead of me, like a gigantic mall that connects you. And the first of all, I've seen a lot of bloggers, you know, making videos of them living in that building, and then, which I don't think is a good idea to be showcasing where you live, but they be doing that, you know. I'm out here in the mall. First time, it's not too big, it's multi-level, but it's just like a modern futuristic building. Kind of reminds me a little bit of the mall and World Trade Center in New York City, like the same concept and the same vibe. So nothing crazy in that mall. It was small, but you know, I've seen it a lot on videos, on social media. Even when they build it up, I saw like the rendering and I decided to check it out. But it's not too big, it's just only a couple of multi-levels. But if you want like a better mall, they got Glorieta, Greenbelt out here. I think those malls are actually better out here in the Makati area. Glorieta is literally like massive. Like if you go inside, you would not know where to go because there's like so many hallways that connect you from one side to another one. There's like 3 or 4 malls that are all together. Like near the train station, they got one Ayala. That's also like another nice looking mall connected with the bus station. So I'm back in Makati Avenue. Gonna do a couple more blocks and then head towards the Burgos Street. Now it's not gonna be busy because it's daytime, and the nighttime is when this comes out to action. Also heard in Halloween is where this neighborhood is really popping. Like a lot of people, they dress up, they be hanging out here in the street. So maybe, you know, for Halloween, I'll come out here to see the vibes and see what's going on. So behind me, you see like some of the developments, but what ruins it is kind of like the spaghetti wire. So maybe in the future, they'll do something about it and put it like underground. Like I say, it's a different vibe out here, but in the nighttime is when this area is bustling with the nightlife and a lot of things that go on. So also got tons of restaurants here of all kinds, you know. I see one over here that's Korean, I think. Yeah, so this is a Korean joint, pretty big. So in the nighttime, you know, they lit it up with all the lights. So what I've been noticing about Poblacion is a lot of Korean restaurants. I'm trying to remember because I've been here a few times, but I don't remember seeing that much Korean joints. So maybe little by little they come out here and open up more business. This is P. Burgos, but don't expect action now because it's pretty quiet. It gets much more busier later, and the main entrance where filling station is, which I made a video over there. If you go over here, it's mostly like a nightlife because they even have a kebab joint out here. A lot of restaurants, you know, like I say, if you come in the nighttime, especially in the weekend, you'll see that the neighborhood is popping. But keep your kids at home unless you want to come to the diner that's open 24 hours. Kalai, and look how beautiful the flowers are. Man, P. Burgos Street, so I gotta go this way. This is where the main area is. This is the diner, 24/7. And at nighttime, if you come, it's actually nicer. All the lights, but the food is really good. You know, it really feels like if you're back home in the States. And you walk over here, there's a lot of lights in the nighttime. And then there's a Cuban joint, I think. Not sure how good it is. Maybe one day I'll come and I'll try it, but yeah. Now I'm just gonna walk all the way back towards the financial district, probably by Ayala Avenue to see the vibes over there. And then I'll just wrap up the video for today. You see how the vibes changes back towards the skyscrapers. A lot of people like to call it like the New York of the Philippines, but I think this one has its own unique charm. Actually cleaner than New York. Safer too. So made a little detour on one of these regular streets over here. Like I say, due to it being Sunday, you're not really gonna see much over here. But I want to show you like the contrast of where I was filming by Poblacion and the contrast over here. To see how nice the buildings are. It seems like they're gonna build another skyscraper right here. And if I was to go towards the other side, they have a little local park. And these are what some of the little tiny streets looks like in between the main avenues of Makati. So I think in this block or in the other one, I can detour and end up at Ayala Park. But I want to show you behind me, it's actually even nicer. The trees, you know, on a weekday is going to be full of traffic jam, but yeah, you can see how beautiful the streets are with the trees and everything. So yeah, it's a nice scenery out here. What it looks like, I think there is a little shortcut that could take me straight to Ayala Triangle Park. So I want to see what the vibes looks like over there on a Sunday. What time is it right now? It's 2:52 right now, so it's not too busy. And while I was walking, you know, I don't film it because I respect that. I know a lot of foreign bloggers love doing that and doing like exploitation. But came some kid beggars that were like begging me for food. Literally like even though I say no, they probably didn't speak English, like dragging me. So now my shirt is a little bit messed up, but I'm not mad about it. I just feel, you know, it's some of the realities that you get when you travel out here, you know. Feel bad for those kids. So it was crazy how they kept on insisting, you know, they were like I literally was crossing the street of Ayala Avenue and they were like, you know, I literally was dragging them because they were like holding and hugging me tight. So it was two of them, but you know, I wonder where are the parents and stuff, but it's some of the sad realities when you're out here in the Philippines. Could be wrong, but I think the street over here takes me towards where I want to go, like towards the park. I check my Google Maps. But yeah, you see the different vibe on a weekend and a weekday, how it looks like over here. But like I say, if you go to a local neighborhood, not the financial area, like barangays and stuff, you'll see the people out in the streets, you know. But I cover so many neighborhoods like this, so today I'm just treating myself to the modern district out here in Metro Manila. So yeah, but I'm gonna cross towards the other side there. That's where the park should literally be. It seems like over here they're gonna build something else connected with these other buildings. So this is like another concrete jungle. Despite having tons of buildings out here, they keep on popping up more skyscrapers out here. So pretty interesting. I think in a few years it's going to be, you know, like a different vibe out here in the metro part of Manila. So the park should be over here. But hey, I'm trying to debate. I think to get over there, I got to cross. Let me see. Ayala, oh, it says it right here. Ayala Triangle Garden. So in order for me to get there, I got to go in the underpasses towards the street. But I want to show you how beautiful the street is over here with the trees and everything. Like, feels like you're somewhere else. Look how beautiful the street is with all the trees and everything. Wow. So here I went in the underpass to make it to the other side. So here, you know, you can see all this modern skyscrapers, but now I'm gonna make it to the local park that I love a lot. And I'm loving this avenue over here. Like, it's covered with trees to the point that it makes it feel like if it's later in the afternoon, like it gives you like a really good, you know, how to say, like a cover of a shade with the sun, even though it's not too sunny today, but yes. This is it. Beautiful streets with the trees and everything. Loving it out here. And then this is Ayala Park. A beautiful urban park. It's not big, but I've been to many parks around, you know, the States, other countries, and this is some of the nicest parks I've been. Despite it not being, you know, too big or massive. And I think they should build more parks like this throughout the metro part of Manila. Like, I feel like it gives it like a really nice vibe, you know. Wow. So now they even have like their own species and stuff around here, so. I don't know, I think they developed this. I don't remember the last time I came here. So I guess you can play with your kids and everything, so finish. And literally surrounded by trees. And despite it not being 100 degrees today, I don't know if you can see me clearly, it's humid. So I'm still sweating, but it's being warm, so I can't really complain. But I love how I'm literally, see this? Like, I'm literally walking throughout an oasis of park, of trees and everything, in the middle of the concrete jungle out here in the metro part of Manila. This tree over here that I want to show you ahead is actually pretty nice. Look at the branches over here, how it goes all the way up. Wow. And they do the best, you know, to preserve it and everything nicely, so. Wow, it's pretty massive. Over there, the last time I came, they were renovating. They're still renovating, so I guess when it's done, it's gonna be even better and nicer. Then the main entrance is over that way. Also, if you're a fan of cats, I think you'll like the Philippines. There's literally like 2 cats over there, and they're playing with the cats. But the cats over here, they're pretty well fed and maintained in this park. The last time I filmed, I'll walk in the park and I'll show you one of the cats that they have. I'll see another cat from a distance. Those are some 2 orange cats. Pretty cute. So like I said, if you're a fan of cats, I think you're gonna like the Philippines, because they got cats all over. This building caught my attention. It says Dia del Libro outside, open with the book. So I don't know. Do they speak Spanish in here? As I'm a Spanish speaker, it'd be cool to interact with some Filipinos who can speak Spanish. Look at this tree, how crazy it is, wow. This is impressive, wow. The way how they're doing, and it's like you're literally in an oasis. Actually a woman over there reading her books. So, you know, pretty nice area. It feels like you literally enter another world out here. And I see somebody over there taking some photography. Like I say, despite the park not being too big, it's actually one of my favorite urban parks around the world, you know. There's also like some coffee shops over there, so you can grab yourself a coffee and wander around the park. I think in the nighttime the vibes are better, and I think in the Christmas or holidays, they lit up this park, you know, pretty nicely. But then once you go up front, you enter like the main avenue district of Makati, which is Ayala Avenue. So we're surrounded by this entrance, and then you're gonna see the busy urban landscape of Ayala Avenue. All the skyscrapers. Then this area that I'm walking, if you come here on a weekday, during like 5, 6 o'clock rush hour time, you'll see this packed with people. Because I think over this area is where they wait for the jeepneys and it goes to their neighborhoods around Manila district. You know, they got the gate over here. And then the good thing, they got this over here, so not only it protects you from the sun, but from the rain, because it's rainy season. And here it's not like a little type of drizzle rain. Here, like it pours really bad. So there's a song that's called "It's Raining in Manila." I like that song, even though I don't understand what they're saying in the rest of the lyrics, but it's really cool. It keeps going here, and I gotta tell you, I'm very impressed with the trees out here, how they maintain it. Because we really need trees, you know, to preserve a nice environment, climate, and weather out here. So look at this here, you got one street cat. Look how cute it is. People do feed them, as you can see. Somebody fed the cat, so there he is, chilling. This is literally like the heart of it all, the heart of Makati. Well, even on a Sunday, I still see, you know, a couple of people, but if you were to come here on a weekday, you'll see a jam-packed. But I'll tell you, look, let me show you the streets, what they look like. You see, it's nice, and today is Sunday. In many other cities, especially in the States, you'll be bored as hell. But that's not the case over here. In the Philippines, no matter what day of the week I walk, I never get bored. To the point that sometimes I don't even know what day it is, because every day is different. There's some type of action going on over here. A lot of things to do, not only in the metro, you can travel around the islands and find something pretty interesting to go on. Like I say, over 7,000 islands out here in this beautiful country. So if you want beach, they have it. If you want mountains, they have it. Rivers, lake, nature, or a city like this, they literally have it all out here. So it's a good place, you know, for you to come if you guys want to experience like something different. Also, another thing that's pretty big over here is that they speak English. I'm not gonna say everybody, but English is widely spoken here comparing to other countries, so very easy to get around and communicate with the people. So at some point I kind of like it because you have literally like the whole city to yourself. I'm just in love with, you know, with how impeccable the streets are out here, and then how they maintain it, you know, with the trees and everything. Wow, I just building modern and futuristic out here. Just walking probably like a block more or two, because I already made a video here, you know, a few times, so you have an idea what the neighborhood looks like. But we're just checking out the vibes out here on a Sunday to see what's going on, you know. I'm gonna keep exploring more areas around the Philippines, keep filming for you guys, you know. It's like a second home for me, like I said. No matter how many countries I've been, I come here and it's just like the vibes, it literally hits different. Like it really unmatched, you know, the hospitality out here. So the vibes and the friendliness of the people over here is just unmatched versus other places that you've been, which I've been to amazing countries and really nice people, but over here it's like the people are super outgoing, and especially if they see you with a camera, you know, they want to get to know you better, they want to talk to you, you know, be your friend and everything. So just like any other place, like I say, don't trust everybody, and there is good and bad people, but the vibe in the Philippines just hits different. I think I already shown enough for today out here in Makati. You know, I've shown this neighborhood before, but I wanted to walk all the way to Poblacion to see how the vibes changes. So that was the end of my video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for more. Be safe out there, everybody. God bless y'all, and peace.